Hey guys, King of Charms here, to be your judge, your jury, your analyst. Today I bring to you my best team for Fast Go Battle Day battles. This team will literally tear its way to victory. It's going to charm and to smack the unholy crap out of your opponent like Tuesday night. Like The Rock has a chair, and you can smell what The Rock is cooking. If you are a WWE fan, you understood that reference, and you are cool, and we can be friends. But this team is very fast, and like I mentioned, Go Battle Day is 100 battles, so it could be a very long, drawn-out day. So because of that, you want to make sure that you're going to make sure your sets are fast and furious. And you want them to be fast and furious so that you can get on with your day like I want to. And plus, it's Dratini Community Day today, so that's even more of a reason for you to try to go through your battles fast. But before we get started, it's going to be my therapist mental health tip of the day. As usual, you can skip this by going to the chapters or scrolling a little bit ahead of the video. This one is about stress or burnout. So do your sets at your own discretion. In all honest, if you've done this a bazillion times, hopefully you have managed or your resilience or anger management to the point to where if you lose and Go Battle, you don't get pissed off. We don't like losing. No one likes losing, but Go Battle League, no one cares if you like Legend objectively. Your friends from Pogo, from PvP probably care, but most of the player base actually doesn't care for Pogo PvP, whether you make Legend or not. That's why most of the player base doesn't actually play Pogo PvP. It's a very small percentage, so don't worry about making Legend or not. I certainly don't care this season, because I would make it already if I didn't die to lag, or if I didn't lose sets. Actually, I lost that. I would be at 3,200 or less right now, but lag just screwed so many 415s with me. I'm sick of it, and I'm not willing to dedicate any more time. I like spending my time being a wrestling coach rather than playing those 2 hours. One wrestling practice is equivalent to me doing my GBL sets. I'd rather coach than do GBL sets. Just putting that out there. But the reason why you want to burn out is because of stress. You can get really easily burned out, so like I say, pace yourself. But this article from Psych Central, as usual, I put the resource in the description. Stress is a natural response to everyday or extraordinary stressors. Sometimes it can look right, become cram it. This may lead to burnout, but not always. So with all the stress with Go Battle League lagging, etc., or just having just a really bad day in Go Battle League, Go Battle Day, or just having a regular day of bad Go Battle League, could be really bad. And it can cause you a lot of stress or being burned out. So this is a great article about what stress is versus distress and chronic stress versus burnout. If you have all of these, a lot of similarities and differences, but a lot of stress really leads to a lot of emotional and mental health illnesses or just episodes such as anxiety and depression. So take a look at this article. Trust me, if you made it once, you're fine. No one cares after that. It's just what it is, you know what I mean? But that's hopefully you guys take a look at this article, and this is my fast team and best team for Go Battle Day. And without further ado, let's get started. Alright, these battles are going to be really fast because this is literal tap madness. And I don't know why my life just went up. But you know what? It's Halloween, so, well, it's past Halloween. But as you see, we get Medicham onto Mandibuzz. I'm going to switch into Tyranitar. This is great because this is why you have Tyranitar. Tyranitar does great against Mandibuzz. It also gives Umbreon a hard time. And you're using Shadow T-Tar for a reason because you don't want to get farmed down by Mandibuzzes. So here you go. All we're doing is smacking the holy crap in the Mandibuzz. And the reason why they're letting why they're not firing a move off Mandibuzz is because they want more farm on their Medicham. So that I'm going to crunch here. They should objectively shield because Shadow Crunch still does a ton of damage against Medicham even though it's neutral. You see the shield. Hopefully I get the debuff, and I do. Now we're going to wait out the clock. For this team, you're going to wait out the clock a lot. Unless Drapion just runs the clock with Aqua Tail. Gothitelle goes... is it Gothitelle or whatever? I'm just going to say Gothitelle. Gothitelle, or whatever. Someone correct me in the comments. I don't. So, I'm just going to call it Gothitelle. I'm just going to call it that until someone corrects me. I'm going to rock slide my way to victory, and I'm going to charm the unholy crap out of this poor Medicham. I will shield first, Pico, because you don't want Tyranitar to take too much damage. You don't know what's in the back. Drapion, and you kind of want to keep Gothitelle alive. Gothitelle. See, this is going to screw me for the rest of the shoutcast. I switch in Drapion, but my opponent top lefts because they already know it's game over. With a shield advantage, in the 1-0s, Drapion should be able to take out that Umbreon. Next, we got a mirror match. We got Gothitelle versus Gothitelle. You want to just mirror your opponent, whether you win CMP or not. Just because this is a very alignment-heavy team. So, any tap team is alignment heavy. But the reason why Tyranitar is really good is because, like I mentioned, Mana Buzz, Umbreon, it also does great against the psychic typings. Of course, the one thing that's going to piss you off is probably going to be Charmers, but you know what? It's what it is. I'm going to shield this Rock Slide right here. What I usually do in this instance when it's a mirror match is I'm going to get to 1 HP, then I swap in a Drapion. You take 1 Charm and you get 1 Poison Sting ahead, and you have Gothitelle for a sack swap. And then we get Umbreon. So when you have the mirror, that's how you're going to play it out. Get it to where you're 1 HP or you're low, because mine is a high IV Gothitelle, so then it's rank 3, so it should be able to live with a 1 HP like you see here in the mirror match. What I'll do is I'll swap in, and then I'll Poison Sting down for the rest of the damage, and then I come in with even that one little poison, one little Poison Sting might actually matter, and this is why we have Poison at Aqua Tail. So Aqua Tail is going to be able to run the clock for us. It only takes 4 Poison Stings to an Aqua Tail, but make sure you time everything correctly so that all these snarls won't go through. And as you see here, I'm timing this terribly. I send in Tyranitar ahead of time just because of the fact that I want to keep Drapion semi-alive here, or want to keep it a little bit alive, and as you see, I can take a Last Resort or a Foul Play. Tyranitar pretty much walls Umbreon, and I'm going to shield this second one. With Drapion having a little bit of energy, I might be able to pull off a win condition here, because I don't want to lose Drapion outright. And as you see, we get a Latios, and this was a great idea. The reason why you want to give it up too is because if you happen to get a Latios like over here, or a Charmer in the back, Drapion, you can force the zeros with Tyranitar, or if they're down shields already, then send in Drapion to crunch down. So that's why you want to give up Tyranitar early. Try to keep Drapion alive, switch into Tyranitar, and then just give it up, so that I could possibly do this. And as you see, all I have to do is Poison Sting down for the dub. So that one little extra Poison Sting of energy actually matters. We got Gothitelle to Deoxys Defense. You actually lose this just because Deoxys Defense is able to get to Rock Slides really fast, or even if it has Thunderbolt. So all you're going to do here is go straight Rock Slide. Best case scenario, what happens here is that they give up both of their shields, or you just win out alignment. Like I said, this team's very alignment heavy, and as you see, it's a Rock Slide. I can give up Rock Slide, but this is still going to be really rough just because, like I mentioned, DD does win this lead just because Charms don't do too much damage, and DD has a lot of bulk. The Nude Arms Cyber Iron Man. I called mine Iron Man because I'm a huge Marvel fan, so like when Go Battle League and I made my top team with Shiftry, DD, and Shiftry, I nicknamed mine Iron Man because Iron Man is my favorite Marvel thing, because I don't know what's cooler than a suit of armor to be able to go around the world, and you don't even have superpowers. I give up Gothitelle, and I'm going to send in Drapion and to farm down completely. If they have Thunderbolt, you don't have to do this, you could shield. However, this is a Psycho Boost, I have to shield it. 5 counters equal 1 Psycho Boost. Now I have a ton of energy to throw at my opponent in the back, and they happen to have a Mana Buzz. I send in Tyranitar to save all this energy, because here's what happens. If they send in a Charmer, I lose anyways. But in this instance, they send in a Raichu. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to farm down. If they send in Raichu late, like over here, Shadow Tyranitar can actually farm down Raichu in the 1 shield. So as you see, I give up 1 shield, and then I'm able to farm down Raichu completely. And then after that, I'm going to crunch Mana Buzz. You want to crunch because 90% of the time they're going to shield anyways, because of the fact they're going to think it's a Stone Edge, and Stone Edge does big damage. Best case scenario, you get the debuff, and we do. By getting that debuff, because my Drapion has so much energy from that matchup with Deoxys Defense, I can triple Aqua Tail for victory. I know this is super scientific and complicated, but hey, you know what? You can find win conditions despite losing the lead with this team. And as you see here, the defense debuff with Crunch is allowing us to triple Aqua Tail, and because of the fact they're debuffed, it's going to allow us to finish this matchup, and this last Aqua Tail will KO this poor Mana Buzz. I know it was extremely complicated, but you know what? It works out. You lose the lead, you say switch to the Drapion, or you sack Gothitelle in the lead. We get a Muk into Gothitelle. This is actually terrible for you because Gothitelle is a Psychic type. I'm going to play this a little weird. Normally, you'll say switch into Drapion right away, try to Aqua Tail this thing to death, but for this one, I'm going to do a little bit of chip damage, and then I'm going to shield, and then I'm going to switch out. I should have switched out right away. I kind of misplayed this, but I'm able to make up for my mistake. If you see it, because I don't see a lot of Alolan Muk with Snarl in the lead. This is one I was like, wait, what? Aqua Tail goes off, and as you see, they're going to swap out into a Liepard. I'm kind of confused here. Liepard is good, but Charm Liepard, it's also very squishy. So as you see, these Aqua Tails are going to start chunking it, and my opponent's going to be like, oh crap, I have the shield. Trying to time everything right here so charms don't go through, but unfortunately they're getting charms through, so this sucks even more. But because of my Gothitelle speed, I should be able to grab both of these shields here. So 1, 2, 3, and then I'm able to grab the able to Aquatail here. I'm going to send in Tyranitar instead of Gothitelle because of the fact that Tyranitar can possibly wall whatever Liepard has to offer. I send in Tyranitar, even though it's going to die to charms very, very quickly. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to go ahead and farm it down. Bark Pulse fires off, and then I'm going to do a stayed and just go ahead and farm down. I took a ton of damage, but hopefully Gothitelle can sleep with one shield. As you see, my opponent's taking some life choices, starting to figure out what they want to bring out, and I'm guessing that whatever they want to bring out doesn't like Tyranitar. This is why you see me shield here. It's better to have Tyranitar just in case they have whatever's in the back, it's something they don't like. And it happens to be a Cresselia, so it's great that I didn't give up Tyranitar. All I have to do is crunch here, and that does a ton of damage. Now Gothitelle is pretty much set up because all that Cresselia has to blow its energy here. And then Gothitelle can just straight charm down for the dub. Try to use your shields as much as possible. Saving your shields is great and all, but the thing is you don't want to make it a scenario where whatever you wanted to live, like with Tyranitar here, happens to be something you needed in the back. My opponent top lefts because they already know it's game over. We got Gothitelle and Medicham, and finally we win a lead. Fighters are what you want to see the most, even with Toxicroak. Or even Gallade, because Gallade loses against Gothitelle because of the fact that it carries that fighting typing. I do a little bit of chip damage here, and then after that, I'm going to swap out. I will shield this Crunch, though, because I want to take too much damage. Crunch will still do a lot of damage against Gothitelle, and I'm going to send in my own Drapion. If I'm correct, this is my ABB team, my best ABB team for this cup. So this is, if I guess correctly, this person's using a Mana Buzz in the back. So all I have to do is just Aquatail, and then I'm just going to straight Aquatail and win out alignment. The thing that's great about Drapion is that it's going to be able to do a ton of damage. Now, if you have the Shadow version, that's fine. However, just be aware that you're going to have a rougher matchup against Umbreon. You outright lose anyways, but you won't be able to comfortably live 2 last resorts well, not comfortably, but you won't be able to live 2 last resorts in a lot of scenarios, just like a regular Drapion can. As you see, Medicham comes back in. I'm going to Crunch, and all we're going to do here is keep alignment. If my opponent decides to give up Switch, that's even worse, because I'm probably going to start doing that, because they're going to figure out, oh crap, wait, hold on, I don't want to lose, I don't want to lose Medicham, and I want to catch Gothitelle, and I'm right. I was correct, it is a Mana Buzz in the back, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to swap in Tyranitar, farm this thing down, and then it's already game over. Medicham's only attack that actually does neutral damage against Gothitelle is going to be Ice Punch, and Ice Punch doesn't do a ton, unfortunately, unless you have chip damage already on Gothitelle. All I'm going to is farm down here. I'm going to fire off Crunch regardless, hoping that I get the debuff. You always want to use your move, but like I mentioned, you can have Stone Edge, but ideally Crunch is all you really need. Crunch is going to go off, and hopefully we get the debuff, and we don't, but that's fine. Medicham is so hurt that all I have to send Gothitelle, and I'm going to show you that I actually don't even need to shield anything here. I'm going to go ahead and send Gothitelle, and then I'm going to go ahead and just charm down completely. I don't need a shield, and then what's going to happen is you're going to see just how little chip damage is going to do. But this team is very fast. You lose the lead, say switch into Drapion, or sack Gothitelle in the lead. If you get double charm, you're screwed anyways. So you know what? Hopefully you can find some kind of win condition in the back. But as you see, Tyranitar can create some win conditions for you, despite the fact you throw it in a Charmers like I did with Liepard in Battle 3. So, I already told you, I operate this team, very fast team. This is the best team if you want fast battles, in my opinion, or for team building for Go Battle Day. And that's game. I hope y'all enjoyed your Go Battle Day, and I hope you got your blue milk tank. But yes, this is a lot of battles, so don't stress out. You can literally do Go Battle Day, finish your 100 battles, and go up only like 10 points. That's how dumb this game is. So, hopefully things are going to change soon, but in less than 2 weeks, we got freaking Scarlet and Violet, baby, and I am so prepared to go into that game. Like I mentioned, I'm still going to be doing Go Battle League content, basically teams and whatnot, but someone asked me this question, so a lot of people ask me, like, do you just take PvP Poké and just, like, scramble things around? No. I look at what makes sense to go, I look at what's meta, because you can kind of do anti-meta, but if you do meta's like 30 Pokemon. If you have something with 30 Pokemon, creating something that's anti-meta against most of those combinations is going to be very much not impossible, but very, very, very unlikely. Unlike back in the day, because guess what? I'm the one that did it. I'm the only person that figured out that Hydreigon, Mewtwo, and Rhyperior breaks and anti-metas the crap out of the Season 1 Open Master League. But you know what? It's what it, yeah, I got the credit in my about. I have the evidence and the post with pvpoke.com to prove that I've done it. But that's because the meta was very small. There was 10 Pokemon at least that you would see. But in Go Battle League or in Open Leagues, you see at least 25 or more. Or just, yeah. So that's what you have. You have that. I still get what's meta, what has good charge move pressure, what has good stats and bulk. And that's, I put it together. So you blend it together. And when you've done this hundreds of sim battles and just running a bunch of sims and putting stuff together, you kind of do it automatically. So it doesn't take me very long to figure something out. But it's taken a lot of hours. I spent like 100, 200 plus hours team building way back in the day. I don't do it that much nowadays, but it, like I said, it comes to you. But that's not worth all the stress, etc. for Go Battle League. Like I said, despite the fact that I put in all those hours, for some reason, I still don't have I have a lot of subs. Don't get me wrong, 4K is a lot, and I appreciate every single one of y'all. But I should be, like some people say, you should be a lot higher. I agree, but you know, that's just what it is. So despite the fact that I've put a lot of this work in to try to put it in, this is what I've returned back. And if I didn't like making content, I probably would have given up by now, or if it wasn't for y'all. So I'm going to keep on going at your discretion, at your encouragement. But also, I love this channel. I can't wait for Scarlet and Violet to come out, and I can't wait to produce content for y'all for that. But hopefully you got your blue Meltic like I mentioned. Good luck on your Go Battle League sets. Do me a huge favor, please. Like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. For those of you who do, I appreciate it. For those of you who don't, that's fine. I'm glad you came here and supported it anyways. And I will see y'all on the next video.
That I made, all the things that I have craved, these are what I could have saved.